Good morning. Thanks so much for checking in with us here at Atlanta News First Plus on your Sunday morning. Hope your day's off to a great start. I'm Megan Packer here with an update on the day's top stories, and we'll get your First Alert forecast coming up in just a moment with First Alert meteorologist Isaac Williams. A busy night overnight for Atlanta police. We begin with this story here of another teenager injured by gunfire. This involved a 14-year-old who is now recovering in the hospital after the overnight shooting. It happened just before 2 a.m. at the Rosa Burney Manor Apartments on Cooper Street in southwest Atlanta. Police have not shared what led up to this shooting or if investigators have any suspects right now. This was the scene when our crew was here overnight, but again, we know a 14-year-old shot and taken to the hospital for treatment. And really, this is just the latest after several recent shootings involving teenagers and children in Atlanta and surrounding areas so far this summer. So sad to say, it really has been a violent summer for young people so far, with so many different shooting cases recently. So we'll keep you updated about this one when we learn more. Police are investigating a deadly shooting involving adults that happened at a park last night. This was the scene on Woodbine Avenue. This is in the Kirkwood neighborhood, right around 8:15 last night in southeast Atlanta. Officers say one person was shot in the head and died at the scene. Another person was shot several times and taken to the hospital. At last check, he was in critical condition. Investigators haven't shared updates about this case as far as what led up to that shooting or if there are any suspects. This morning, there's a DeKalb County firefighter in the hospital after he was injured when a roof collapsed during a house fire. It happened yesterday afternoon on Briarcliff Road. He is the fifth firefighter in DeKalb County to be injured in 2 days. Just Friday, 4 DeKalb firefighters had minor injuries while they were working on a townhouse fire on Shadow Walk Lane. They were all expected to be okay as well. But 5 firefighters from this same department with some pretty intense experiences the past 2 days, not to mention these intense temperatures that they have been out doing their work in. So you really got to feel for them and the hard work that they are doing. If you live in DeKalb County, you are about to see your water bills go up here starting on the first of the month, which is on Tuesday, by the way. The first of 10 rate increases start Tuesday the 1st. Commissioners approved the increases in DeKalb County in February so the county can get the money it needs for water infrastructure improvements. Rates will go up 10% every year for the next decade. It has been a really intense couple of days of weather. We've seen flooding, we've seen hail, and this is just something that people were dealing with in Midtown last night. This is North Avenue where cars were stuck in really the aftermath of flooding. They were stuck in mud and water. And just a reminder, it is important to just not ever take any chances and drive through any water. You never know how deep it may be, and it does not take a lot of water to carry away a car, and we've seen people get into trouble. So let's bring in right now First Alert meteorologist Isaac Williams to talk about the forecast as we look outside. It looks nice right now if you're getting ready to walk outside, do some, maybe Sunday yard work, maybe you're going to church, whatever the day may bring, but we still need to be weather aware, Isaac, and then you have all the details about a First Alert weather day coming up for Tuesday.
That's right, Megan. Yeah, we're going into Tuesday, and that's what we're watching for the next First Alert weather day. But right now, it is fantastic out there right now. Lots of sunshine. In fact, maybe a little haze, but overall, it is not really a cloud in the sky. As we take a look here at the next big thing we're watching, it's Tuesday. That's the next First Alert weather day for widespread rain and possibly some thunderstorms as well. Right now, I'm not seeing much of a severe weather risk, but I am looking at the possibility of a flooding risk develop. You just heard Megan, some cars stalling out in Midtown yesterday, and we had some flooding Friday, and as long as we continue to have these daily rain chances, we will have that flood threat. And the Weather Prediction Center is highlighting most of North Georgia in a low-end threat, at least for some flash flooding on Tuesday. And we may see this increase to that medium threshold, but still kind of watching Tuesday for that next big threat for widespread rain. We actually have a front coming in on Tuesday, which is a little bit rare for late June and early July, which would be Tuesday, the 1st of the new month. And notice this front's going to drop in out of Tennessee and North Alabama and kind of push maybe a line of heavier rain and possibly some storms in here. And again, not seeing much severe weather concern here, but some flooding definitely a possibility. Maybe 1 to 2 additional inches of rain possible across most of the region. on Tuesday. This front's going to continue pushing southward, and it does look like that we will be able to squeeze in maybe a few drier days coming up. Maybe not necessarily Wednesday, but I am seeing Thursday and Friday. I'll show you the 7-day here in just a moment. The rest of the day's forecast today for Sunday, getting you ready if you're just about to step outside. If you have some brunch plans soon, early lunch, we're looking good. Notice by 3 o'clock, though, we'll see the chance for a few showers and storms to begin developing, and we'll have a similar day to yesterday, although I do think that we might luck out today in the metro and not see any rain. But I can't guarantee that. We have a chance in the forecast, so just keep that in mind. Keep an eye to the sky. I actually was at dinner yesterday at 6 o'clock, walked in with sunshine, and while we were there, the bottom fell out in Decatur. So it goes to show here the weather can change on a dime. It's been doing that the past few days. So just don't be caught off guard. Make sure you have the First Alert Weather app. It will alert you if heavy rain or lightning are within your vicinity. Rain totals yesterday officially at the airport just 0.14. Now, obviously, we saw higher totals than that across the metro because we had some of those stalling vehicles and some flooding. Noonan, Georgia, down in Coweta County, just over 1/3 of an inch. But we also have higher estimates as we kind of take a look here. Radar estimates between 3 and 4 inches of rain just north and east of Noonan in Coweta County. I've clicked there right in Midtown, and 2 to 3 inches of rain. But again, that fell over a very short period of time, and so that's what led to some flooding there. Upwards of 4 inches of rain in Cherokee County, and then up just north of Lawrenceville in Gwinnett County, registering about 3 inches. So again, notice the coverage of yesterday's rain was not as intense as Friday, and we'll see that trend maybe continue today. Here's a look at the official 7-day forecast. Again, about a 40% chance of rain and storms today and tomorrow. And then the First Alert Weather Day on Tuesday with a 70% chance of rain. And then for Wednesday, notice that's kind of a transition day. We may have a few showers left over Wednesday, but I think the best chance of rain to see coming up is Tuesday. And then Thursday and Friday, July 4th, on Friday, we have sunshine and 93 degrees. It's also a Braves on Gray day. Baseball weather, just pack the sunscreen, but right now we are looking at no chance of rain after a couple of delays the past couple days. Next Friday is looking fantastic. Looks like that dry weather and hot weather may stick around into Saturday of next weekend as well. So a little bit busy on the front end, but the back end of the 7-day is looking good. And a quick check of the tropics. So we have this yellow circle over Florida, Eastern Gulf, and Western Atlantic. It's a 20% chance of development in the next 5 days. This is not necessarily uncommon. Early July, late June, sometimes we have stalling fronts that can spin up a weak system in the Gulf, but this would be south of us, obviously, and not really super impactful at the moment. And there is a tropical depression in the southwest Gulf in the Bay of Campeche there. It is forecast to make landfall along the Mexican coastline a little later today, possibly as Tropical Storm Barry, possibly not. It's in a very kind of hostile environment, and it's got very limited time there over those increasingly warm waters. But hey, we've made it through a month of hurricane season with just one named storm, and it was a very brief one, Andrea, a couple of days ago. We might see another one today, but overall here, a slowish start, which we like to see for hurricane season. Here's another look at the 7-day again. Chances for storms will continue today and tomorrow, and then Tuesday is the First Alert Weather Day for widespread rain and storms, and then drier and hotter weather moves in by Thursday and July 4th, which is next Friday. That is the latest here on Atlanta News First Plus. Hope you have a great Sunday. Check in with JD later on this afternoon, and of course, Ella, Courtney, and Rodney will get you out the door tomorrow morning on Monday.
Stay up to date on your latest weather from the largest team of meteorologists in the Southeast. Download the First Alert Weather app for hour-by-hour forecasts and join us every weekday at 11:30 a.m. on ANF+. You can also text weather to the number on your screen, and we'll send a link directly to your cell phone.